Holy Mother, here I am again on your maternal lap. As you press your sweet baby Jesus to your bosom, your enrapturing beauty so binds me that I cannot separate myself from you. But today, your appearance is more beautiful. It seems that somehow the sorrows of the circumcision has rendered you more beautiful. Yearning with the desire of making Jesus known, you sweetly gaze in the distance to see if those dear to you are arriving. I wish to remain on your lap and listen to your beautiful lessons and come to know and love Jesus more.
Dearest child, you are right in saying that I appear to you more beautiful. For when I saw my son being circumcised and the blood pouring forth from his wound, I lovingly reverenced his blood and his wound, therefore redoubling my motherhood. In addition to being the mother of my son, I now also became the mother of his blood, of his bitter sorrow. Therefore, I acquired a twofold claim to the office of motherhood. Before the Supreme Majesty, I acquired a twofold claim to God's grace for myself and for all mankind. This is why you see me more beautiful. My child, how beautiful it is to do good and to suffer in peace for the love of the one who created us. Such an attitude binds the divinity to the soul and gives the soul so much grace and love that it inebriates it. This love and grace cannot remain idle, but yearns to run and give themselves to all creatures in order to make known the one who has bestowed upon them so much. This is why I had the yearning desire to make my son known. Now, my blessed child, God's divinity, which can deny nothing to the one who loves him, has caused a new star that is ever so beautiful and radiant to appear in the blue skies. With its light, this star goes in search of adorers in order to proclaim to the whole world with its silent twinkling, the one who has come to save you is born. Come, adore and acknowledge him as your saviour. But there was so much human ingratitude among so many that only 3 individuals gave this star any attention, and without considering their sacrifices, followed its path. And just as a star guided these individuals, so my prayers, love, sighs, and graces, whose aim is to reveal to souls the heavenly infant Jesus, whom all the centuries awaited, descended into their hearts like many stars, illuminating their minds and guiding their hearts, whereby without yet knowing him, they felt love for the one whom they were searching. Thus they hastened their step to reach and see the one they loved so much. My dearest child, my motherly heart rejoiced in the faithfulness, correspondence, and sacrifice of these Magi kings who had come to know and adore my son. But I cannot hide from you a secret sorrow of mine. Of the many people in those days, only 3 had come. May I ask, throughout the centuries of human history, how many times is this sorrow of mine caused by human ingratitude repeated? All that my son and I did was engendered spiritual stars, one more beautiful than the other, to beckon souls to know their Creator. Some to sanctity, others to rise from having fallen into sin, and yet others to heroic sacrifice. And do you wish to know what these spiritual stars are? A star is a sorrowful encounter endured for the love of God, or a divine truth well received. A star is having one's love rejected or enduring a setback out of love for God. A star is a disappointment or a dejection lovingly endured, or even a blessing in disguise. These are the many stars that shed light in the minds of my children. These stars dispose souls to seek out the heavenly infant Jesus, who is eagerly awaiting their love, as he shivers with cold while seeking refuge in their hearts, so as to be known and loved. But alas, I who hold Jesus in my arms wait in vain for these stars, for these many occasions that God predisposes in souls to dispose the souls of my children to come to me, whereby I may deposit Jesus in their hearts. But my maternity is denied and remains ineffective. Although I am the mother of Jesus, I am prevented from exercising my universal motherhood. For not all my children gather around me, nor do they look to Jesus. And so the stars of which I spoke to you do not appear in the sky, but remain obscured in the skies of the Jerusalems of the world, without guiding souls to Jesus. What sorrow, my child, what sorrow. It takes correspondence, fidelity, and sacrifice to follow these stars. And if the sun of the divine will rises within the soul, one must be very attentive to it, lest one be left in the darkness of the human will. Now, my child, as the Magi kings entered Jerusalem, they lost sight of the star, but they did not stop looking for Jesus. And when they went outside the city, the star reappeared and led them, rejoicing, to the grotto of Bethlehem. With my motherly love, I received them, and my dear baby looked at them with great love and majesty, and let the light of his divinity shine forth through his little humanity. Bowing down, they knelt at his feet, and adoring and contemplating his heavenly beauty, they recognized him as the true God. As they delighted in him, they remained enraptured and ecstatic, so much so that the heavenly infant Jesus had to withdraw the light of his divinity back into his humanity. Otherwise, they would have remained at his divine feet, unable to move. Then, after their mystical rapture, they came to and began to offer the gold of their souls, the frankincense of their faith, and adoration, and the myrrh of their entire being. Indeed, they were disposed to offer any sacrifice he may have asked of them. And to these interior acts of theirs, they added the offering of external gifts, which symbolized their interior acts: gold, frankincense, and myrrh. But my motherly love was not yet complete. I desired to place the sweet child in their arms, and oh, with what love they kissed and hugged him. They experienced within themselves a foretaste of paradise. Through this act, my son bound all the Gentile nations to the knowledge of the true God. He placed at everyone's disposal the blessings of redemption. He acquired the return to the faith for all people. He constituted himself king of all rulers by ruling over all with his weapons of love, pains and tears, and thus he invoked the reign of the kingdom of his will on earth. And I, your mother, desiring to act as his first apostle, instructed the Magi. I told them of the story of my son, of his ardent love, I encourage them to make him known to all people, and becoming the first instructor of Jesus' mission, I, as the mother and queen of all apostles, blessed the Magi. I had my dear baby Jesus bless them, whence overjoyed and in tears they returned to their regions. I did not leave them, but accompanied them with my motherly affection, and to repay them, I let them feel Jesus in their hearts. How happy they were! Indeed, I feel like a true mother only when I see that my son has dominion, possession, and establishes his perpetual indwelling in the hearts of those who search for him and love him. Now, a little word to you, my child. If you want me to be your true mother, allow me to place Jesus in your heart. If you do so, your love will make him happy. You will nourish him with the bread of his will, as he desires no other food. You will clothe him with the sanctity of your works, and I will come into your heart. I will again nurture my dear child Jesus along with you, and I will carry out my motherly office anew for him and for you. In this way, I will feel the pure joys of my maternal fruition. But be mindful that anything you do that does not begin with Jesus, who dwells inside your heart, even the most beautiful external works, cannot please me, as they would be works bereft of the life of my dear son.
Holy Mother, how I thank you for wanting to place the heavenly infant Jesus in my heart. How happy I am. Please hide me under your mantle, so that I may see no one but the child Jesus who is in my heart. Make of my entire being one single act of love in the divine will. May you again nurture the child Jesus along with me, so that I may be completely filled with him. And may there remain of me nothing but a veil that conceals him.
Today, to honour me, come 3 times to offer a kiss to the heavenly little baby Jesus, giving him the gold of your will, the incense of your adoration, and the myrrh of your sufferings, and ask me to enclose him in your heart.
Heavenly Mother, enclose me within the walls of the divine will, where I may nourish my dear Jesus.